Stop.
Okay, ready? Put your drink down for 1 second. Oh, hold on. Let me open mine first. When I take a drink, it's
Cracking the code one.
with the boys.
The boys.
Get those nerds! Nerds!
Hey, welcome back to New World Nerds. I'm Superman Nico.
And I'm the Batman Brandon.
And I'm a New World Gamer.
And today we'll be reviewing Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi! We haven't all three of us been together to review something in a long time. Probably since Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, I think. Here we are, back in the flesh. We're back at it again.
The trio.
We're
back on our BS.
We're just like, let's open up a cold one with the boys.
Hell yeah.
In celebration of us all being together again, let's take shots before. Shots.
That's the first thing you said that wasn't batshit crazy.
Okay, this is before we start. Spoilers for everything. Get out now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is for you, Luke.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get out now.
This is for you, Luke, and to Snoke sucking ass.
Yeah. Yeah, for
Suck
being
it.
practically non-existent.
I'm gonna get super lit. Boom, boom.
All right, guys. Now back to the review. All right, so we kind of already said spoilers, so
Yeah,
we're
definitely
just gonna jump
spoiler.
into it
Yeah.
because if you haven't seen this movie, you're wrong.
Yeah.
Like you should have saw this already.
You're not wrong, but what are you doing? Stop what you're doing.
Don't
Go
go
to
to
the theater.
Don't go to work. Don't
Nobody
provide for
cares
your
about your
family.
job.
Go to the people that will always love you, and that's Disney. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do our old system. Good,
Yeah.
the good, the bad, the stuff we'd fix. So, to start off, good shit. My favorite thing in this movie was Force Ghost Yoda.
Force Ghost.
Like, that was the
Amazing.
best.
My favorite part probably would have to be when Rey is training. Like when she just like goes from like the staff and like grabs a lightsaber and
Yeah.
starts doing it. Like it just felt. I like the shot where you just see Luke standing there and then like the silhouette of him and then just the lightsaber moving. And like I don't know, that's just for me. It's like I get goosebumps as a fan.
My favorite part would have to be when Luke is trying to get Rey to look inside herself or to find herself for the Force, and then he brings out the little leaf.
Yeah, he slaps
He's
her
like-
in.
What did he say? Reach out?
He's like, reach out. Just
reach
like,
out for this. He's like, oh, I feel it.
yeah, I think Luke training Rey was really awesome. I thought that was one of the best.
Oh my God!
What? Where'd he
Where
go?
did he go? Vanished into the Force.
He was at peace. He's gone, but it wasn't sadness or pain.
It was peace
Yeah,
and reminiscing.
fuck that guy. Some other good things. I thought the
Yeah.
porgs were fine. People were like, "That's gonna be the next Jar Jar Binks." I thought porgs were fine.
No, the porks were cute.
I think a lot of the character
Yeah.
stuff was really good. We got a lot more Poe in this one for sure.
I surprisingly liked the Asian girl and like her little
Rose?
medallion.
Yeah.
Yeah, and all like that little like B plot.
Yeah.
Like, it kind of meant something. You're just like, okay, this is cool. Like, I don't know. There's very much intricate parts in there that were irrelevant but still relevant in a weird way,
Okay, so I saw this movie 2 times,
Yeah.
and the first time I left and I was like, I don't know if I liked that. I think I was just being like one of those fanboys, like my theory wasn't right, or like they didn't do anything fantastical, or like or something to connect it to the original trilogy or the prequel trilogy. But that's okay. Like they're its own thing. This is like for a new generation.
I liked how it was a lot of passing of the torch
Yeah.
between Luke and Rey. I also feel like there was a lot of speculation around this film.
Oh,
like
for
there were
sure.
so many, like watching it now, you're just like, man, all those theories were garbage. Like so many people were like guessing stuff that just didn't happen.
Yeah, I
It's
think
like-
the whole message of the movie is like it's not going to just take a group of special people. It's going to be
Yes.
like everybody has to step up and say no to the First Order, and it doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter if you're nobody. Like you just have to do the right thing.
Yeah, like it's like Luke Skywalker said before he vanished. He was just like, this is not the end. This is the beginning. Like this is the new beginning. You
Yeah,
know?
so this
Like,
one-
you definitely felt like it though.
This one picks up right where the Force Awakens like left off. So I think this next one, or I think Episode 9 will be
Yeah.
like maybe a few years later, like in the timeline.
Yeah, is it
and so
back?
it will be like full out war. Like
I already want to see Rey as like a master
Yeah.
Jedi. Yeah,
I think that
wanna
would be
see her
dope.
with the
I
green
think
lightsaber.
I think all the characters were good.
Yeah.
The only stuff I would like
The
gripe
stuff with
about
Carrie
is
Fisher
just
was
like
good.
I think all the performances like Luke or by Mark Hamill and by Carrie Fisher,
Oh,
like everybody, like all the core cast did a really great job at this.
It's the way they handled Carrie Fisher because everyone thought she was gonna die.
Yeah.
and the way they did it was very tasteful. And a lot of like the lines that Luke had on Mark Hamill was like, it felt like it was directly to Carrie Fisher as opposed to like her character Princess Leia.
Yeah.
And it was just super sad because when you watch it, you know she's already dead. but like they still treat her like she's alive. But they talk about like remembering her legacy and everything, and it's like that's super. It's like a nice little send off. It reminded me of Fast 7 with Paul Walker and everything.
Yeah.
I also thought it was cool she used the Force.
Yeah.
Like for the first time.
I wasn't
like,
expecting that.
Yeah, me neither. But when she did it, I was like, I thought she was gonna die in space. That'd be terrible. But
Pour some out for Admiral Akbar.
it's a trap.
And a trap was his demise.
I'm saying it was crazy how they killed all those commanders like that. It's like, oh, all those people you've seen all.
Got to make room for Poe to get a promotion. So the stuff that I thought were kind of bad to me. See, like you said, you like the B plot and stuff. I didn't really like the stuff where they went to the casino and stuff.
Right.
Like it wasn't like anything like I hated it. It's just like I know I want to get back to Luke and Rey, but like that's just me. That's just
absolutely. I felt that to a degree, but I didn't think it was as bad as people said it was.
Yeah,
because I watched reviews before and people were like, oh, the whole side plot where they have to go find the decoder guy is garbage. And I didn't think it was that bad. I thought it was pretty interesting. We saw some cool stuff. I like the cat horses.
The cat horses.
Yeah, they were cool though. Like they're like riding around. It was very symbolic for like real world horse racing, but also like the endurance that the animals go through. Not just that, but like child labor and stuff. It had a lot of undertones of that because the children had to like take care of them. It was cool. They like freedom and
I think it into like kind of like the
and like high society and like rich people and stuff.
Expanded universe of Star Wars, like the stuff that you read in the books and the comics and stuff.
Yeah,
it's kind of like, hey, here's a peek into the rest of the universe. Like that's not the actual Star Wars.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff here.
Yeah,
but we're
like,
just going to show you
normal people are doing. Like they're war profiteers. Like it's like with all this stuff, guess what? It's making these people rich and it's fueling like the whole fight.
Like I like how there's a gray area. It isn't just black and white.
For bad stuff for me, it's like the questions that were proposed in The Force Awakens and how they were answered in this installment. That's the only thing. That's the only reason why I can see people getting mad, just because like you tried to make it like this big thing. Well, like why didn't we just hear who Rey's parents were? And
that was one thing I was gonna say.
It's like I understand the mystery box thing, and but it feels like kind of cheap. Like you're toying with us.
It does.
Like guess what? I'm gonna go see the next one anyways. I'm gonna be there. Like you don't need to try and like who's Rey's parents. I don't need that.
I feel like a part of like the fact that Carrie Fisher died is obvious because like they have to rewrite some stuff. And you can tell, like, certain characters, like I told Nico right after we watched it, I was like, they introduced Snook in the last movie to be like, Snooky, whatever. Like, to be like the main antagonist, and then they kill him in this movie, and it's super obvious that they did not plan to do that. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, they had a different route for this, but because of her untimely demise, like, it has to happen. And that's sad, but at the same time, I think it's obvious from a story standpoint. I think the whole thing with her parents too was a big letdown, and I feel like that is a cause to not knowing, like, they had to basically change the story a little bit, and not focus on who are Rey's parents, but more, I felt a lot of the movie revolved around the relationship between Rey and Kylo.
Yeah,
and they're in the duality between them. Like they are the dark and the light, the modern dark and the light. They are the modern Luke and Vader.
Yeah. So the only thing I would change like the stuff that was set up in the last movie into this one, because like who are Rey's parents, who is this Snoke person, and what is Luke been up to? Like,
I wanted to see more Luke action. That was the other thing.
Yeah, that's another thing I wanted to see. So that's like I didn't like that he had to go in this one. I was like, if he did that in the next one after he got the green lightsaber and did a bunch of cool shit. But I understand, like that was the point. He's like, this isn't. Is that what you think I'm gonna do? Yeah. Like it's not up to me anymore. I fought my fight. I won, and then I failed everybody.
He talks about the Force being like.
It's not theirs. It's not the Jedi's.
It's not just the Jedi's. That was really interesting premise that they never... Because nobody thinks of it like that. But I wanted to see more of him. Another gripe is he didn't train Rey as much. I wanted there to be like a Yoda and Luke type of training session where it was like multiple scenes of them. I've heard doing like different stuff and like calisthenics and all that and like sword training and everything. And like we really didn't get to see as much of that.
Also, maybe like an explanation for why she's so powerful. I understand the Force like awoke, but was that Snoke? Did Snoke make the Force awake?
Yeah, they don't really
just
explain.
Happen to be an awakening of the Force. Not really. Right. Maybe it's just they're trying to make a balance. Maybe somehow
they never really explain but why we don't really know. So strong.
Why, it's like why can she be Kylo Ren and stuff like that? Is she the most powerful Jedi we've ever known, or is she the new chosen one? It doesn't matter.
She seems like it.
Yeah.
She defeated Kylo Ren on the first try almost.
Yeah, like, but then you're gonna get people like, oh, but he got shot with the blaster and this happened. Yeah, we know, but still, like,
no, but he was like trained
still
since
pretty
he was
crazy.
like a kid. Pretty obvious that she is like so much stronger.
Raw
but
power.
yeah, the real reason why I say that is because in The Force Awakens, when she does the Jedi mind trick on the dude without knowing what a Jedi mind trick is,
Yeah.
like she basically can already do it, and I'm like, dude, you're like already on the level that like Luke was at, like training. You know what I mean? Like you're already there. Imagine if you trained.
Like you're already like Return of the Jedi level Luke. I mean, Daisy Ridley did a great job. And
love me some Daisy Ridley.
But it's just like there's certain questions that I wanted answered that weren't really answered.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't have had a problem with them not answering them if it wasn't teased in the last movie.
Right.
So that's basically the only thing, like, bad thing. And so I guess that would transition to the things I would change. I would just either would not have asked those questions or would have paid them off better. One thing I would have changed, I know it's like a petty thing because I'm just a big Star Wars fan and like I watched them growing up, so I wanted Luke to come in and like destroy all the AT-ATs and like
I was waiting
cool
for that
shit.
moment. I was
And,
waiting
like,
for someone to destroy the AT.
like it, but it also is really powerful that he's like, "Ha, duped you. I'm not even here right now."
Yeah, I liked it. I liked the whole Force Ghost thing. Or his like projection of himself. I think it's super cool. He can project himself as like a young man, like young Luke. When Rey was getting choked out by Snoke and she was like floating in the air and stuff, I wanted Luke to come in, like project himself there and like start fighting Snoke, and then she could start fighting Kylo Ren, and like there's like a big battle and stuff. That's what I thought was gonna happen, and it didn't. But that's definitely what I would change.
Yeah,
I would have Luke make more of a presence before he dies. It's kind of like the whole "Don't meet your heroes" type theme when you meet Luke, because he's like basically I failed, like. The whole Jedi Order, they failed.
Yeah,
Everything
but I mean,
isn't
he's
true.
right. They did.
Yeah, they did, and it's a good point to bring that up. But I also feel like there needs to be a redemption, or else it's, you know what I mean. And he kind of did with like the whole distracting Kylo Ren.
Overall, I'd give this like
I'd give it 7 out of 10 broken lightsabers.
Yeah, I'd give it like 8 crystal dogs out of 10. I really enjoyed it. Enjoyed it a lot more the second time because it wasn't like, oh, I'm mad that it didn't go the way I thought. But now I just got to enjoy it strictly as a film.
Yeah, me watching it the first time, I enjoyed it. Like I heard a lot of gripes about the film, and I'd known a lot of the spoilers going into it, but I still enjoyed it just the same. And for me as a Star Wars fan, it kind of connects the dots. There's a lot of things from like Episode 4 or The New Hope that like you get to see like the hologram of Leia, and that was the thing connecting Luke to the whole journey in the beginning, connecting with old Ben, and then seeing Yoda too was like a big thing, like seeing Puppet Yoda from The Empire Strikes Back. I'm like, that's so OG as a fan. I'm just like, this is what I wanted. Like I wanted this talk, you know what I mean? I don't know. It was super gratifying.
My favorite part is where Yoda comes out. I think my other favorite part is when they show like how Kylo Ren finally turned, just because it was just a mistake that Luke had for a split second and it cost him.
Yeah, it's super
so
interesting how they did that, because they don't really make it clear who was really bad, because they try to make it seem like Luke was bad.
Yeah. But then it was just like...
But it turns out he really was,
yeah.
though. He was like, oh, he's way too powerful.
But then he wasn't going to do it.
No, yeah, but it's weird because it was like, dude, he totally could have.
Yeah. I don't know.
I guess I wanted to see more of a fight. It's just crazy because there's no real setup as to Kylo Ren and Snook's relationship prior to this. So, like, they talk about, oh, Snook had already taken over his mind, but, like, I want to see that. I want to see, like, where Kylo Ren went, where he turned dark, you know what I mean? In the same way that Anakin did turn to Vader.
Yeah, so the only things I would fix is probably like nostalgic stuff. I'd be like, oh, you could have put this there and this there, but that's the whole point of the movie is like to let the past die, so that's fine.
And not just that, that was a big theme of it, but also the passing of the torch, like I said before, with Luke and Rey. Like the last Jedi, the new Jedi. And now she still has the Jedi book, so she's going to learn it and then teach other people.
So that's what we thought about Star Wars The Last Jedi. Let us know what you guys think about the movie down in the comments below.
Let us know if you liked it.
Yeah, give us your rating out of crystal dogs or however you want to rate it.
Out of cat horses.
Out of cat horses. Out of drunk patrons at the casino.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
I know we didn't cover everything, but this is more like just an overview.
Right, it's like our general thoughts initially right after.
So if you want to talk to us more about Star Wars The Last Jedi, hit us up on Twitter at NewWorldNerds. Subscribe to the channel, hit the red button, make sure to hit the bell icon so you can get notifications every time that we release a video. Make sure to like it and share it with your friends.
Let us know. Check out our other videos. Comment on there. Let us know which one you like.
That's all we got for you today, folks. Keep nerding out there, true believers.
Stay classy, Gotham.
Lit.
It was getting way too hot.
Yeah, I was like,
and again, and again.